Dollar Workout Club members. We are so glad you logged in with us today. We have an awesome back and biceps workout. If you're new to Dollar Workout Club, I'm Natalie. This is Lynn. This is Drew. We are doing green, yellow, and red. That means that we show every single fitness level for the same workout. So if you're beginner, you're going to follow whoever's wearing green. If you're intermediate, you're going to follow whoever's wearing yellow. And if you're advanced, you're going to follow whoever is wearing red for that day. So what we're going to do is take a second to go through the different modifications for each exercise in today's workout. Lynn here is going to show you the green and the yellow version of the workout. Drew is going to show you the red version of the workout. We're going to go through each of the movements, and then we're going to hop into our warm-up and hop right into our workout. So if you've been a member for a while, you're familiar with these movements, you can go ahead and fast forward straight to the warm-up. All right, we're going to be doing 6 different exercises today. The first one we're doing is mountain climbers. So if you're green, you're going to want a chair or a ledge or a sofa edge, something like that. Put your hands on the edges, and then you're just going to step back and step in, and step back and step in. The faster you go, the higher your heart rate's going to get. At the yellow level, you're going to use the same thing, a chair, ledge, sofa side, and then you're just going to put your hands on the edge and you're going to switch your legs back and forth, just like Lynn is showing you here. And again, quick movements is the key. Then red, you're doing the same movement except your hands are completely on the ground, and that's really going to activate your shoulders a lot as well as your core. All right, the next movement we're doing are called rocket jumps. So this is really similar to like a squat jump, except that you're putting your arms up at the end. You're gonna be really explosive like a rocket. So what you're gonna do, just like Lynn's showing you here, is at the green level, you're gonna sit down in a chair, and then you're just gonna push up off that chair as quickly as possible, go up onto your toes in the movement, and push your arms up above your head. Yellow and red are going to be doing a very similar movement, except that red might be going a little bit faster and might be jumping a little bit higher. And basically, you're just going to come down into a squat position, and you're going to jump up like a rocket. Lynn likes to make sound effects.
Make sound effects for fun.
It makes
you should do it.
Time go by faster. All right, the next movement we're going to do is a concentration curl. Red, yellow, and green are going to be doing the exact same motion. The only difference is the amount of weight that you use. Now, if you are new to Dollar Workout Club, what we like to do is show you that even if you don't have dumbbells, you can just find anything around your house that has weights. So you'll see I'm using soup cans, Lynn's using a little bit heavier soup cans, and Drew's using dumbbells. So what you're going to do is sit down, and then you're going to dig your elbow into the inside part of your knee. So that way you really are focusing or concentrating on your bicep when you lift the weight up. So then you're just going to bend at your elbow and lift that weight all the way up until it gets to the side of your face, just like they're showing you here. Okay. Now the next movement we're doing are single arm bent over rows. So if we've done this movement in Dollar Workout Club before, the only difference is we're doing one arm at a time. So you're going to stand with your feet close together. You're going to bend, hinge at the waist so that your back is completely flat and your shoulders are not rounded. And then you're going to bring that weight up, keeping your elbows close to your body, one arm at a time, and then bring it back down. The key here is that you want to have a really controlled movement. Why don't you guys show some bad form where you're just like, if you are bending your back like that, if you're flailing your arms like that, that's not a good move. If you're rowing.
These are all bad.
Those are all bad.
All right. So good form is exactly what Lynn is showing you here. Straight back, feet together, arm coming up at a controlled motion. Okay. The next movement we're doing is a reverse bicep curl. So what you're going to do is stand with your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to take your weights, and you might want to use a little bit lighter weight like Lynn's showing you here, because this does use a lot of forearm strength. And then what you're going to do is stand with your palms facing towards you, and then you are just going to, one arm at a time, you're just going to bend, and so the only part of your arm that's moving is from your elbow to your wrist, and you're going to bring that weight up and bring it back down. So you can use your bicep muscle on the way up, and then you can also flex your tricep muscle on the way down.
Yep, make sure to keep your palms facing down the entire movement.
Yeah.
So they're not twisting at all.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, the weight sometimes twists a little bit as I get to the very top of the movement. So that's normal, but definitely make sure that you try to keep it as flat down towards the ground as you can.
All right, the last movement we're doing are single arm reverse grip bent over rows. That's a mouthful. Say that 10 times fast. So basically you're doing the exact same form as the single arm bent over rows, except you're reversing your grip so that way your palms are facing out instead of facing in. And then you're just going to row that weight up to your body, just like Lynn and Drew are showing you here. All right. So those are the 6 movements we're doing today. Lynn and I are going to go ahead and get started with the warm-up. I want you guys to start at home with us while you listen to Drew explain the structure of the workout. We're going to be starting with some Michael Phelps.
All right, you guys. So basically what we're doing 2 separate workouts in one workout. So the first part of the workout is a little bit different. It's going to be a 4-minute Tabata, and that's going to combine 2 movements of the mountain climber and the rocket jumps. The way the Tabata structure works is we're doing 20 seconds of works at a maximum level, followed by 10 seconds of rest. And then you repeat that 20 seconds of work, followed by 10 seconds of rest. So here's how it's going to go. You're going to do 20 seconds of mountain climber, then you're going to rest for 10 seconds. Then you're going to do 20 seconds of rocket jumps, rest for 10 seconds. Then we're going to repeat that until the 4 minutes is up. After that, we get a full 60-second rest before we jump into the rest of the workout. And the way we're doing it is we're doing an ascending rep scheme of these movements. So, for example, the first movement we're doing is a concentration curl. We're doing 2 reps on one arm, 2 reps on the other arm. 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, 10, 10. And once you get to 10, then you go to the next movement of the single arm bent over row. You do 2 on each arm, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10. Same thing with the next 2 movements. If you get lost, the workout will be on the screen for you to follow along. And you can just follow along with us, the person that you're following today. So that's the structure of today's workout. It's going to be a great back and bicep, workout. Doing some curls with the girls. And
Of course, Drew had to squeeze a flex in there.
Squeeze the Druism in.
Anyways, let's get warmed up and get started in a second.
We're just finishing up with some arm circles here, and then we'll be all done with our warm-up. All right, guys, make sure you have a water bottle handy, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, let's get into position for mountain climbers. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, at green and yellow, the further back you step, the harder this movement's going to be. So you want to focus on having quick steps and going as fast as possible. Remember, we're only working for 20 seconds, and then you get a 10-second rest. 5 more seconds. Try and really challenge yourself here. 1 and rest. 10-second rest, and then we're going to go right into rocket jumps.
So far, so good, right? Nobody died. Good.
Whew. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 2, 1, and go. Remember, you want these to be explosive. You want to try and get it power in that jump, just like a rocket.
Really push off those feet, you guys. Reach up. Power through.
3, 2, 1, and rest for 10 seconds. Good job, guys. Remember, at the end of this 4 minutes, we're going to get a minute rest. Then you can get a drink of water, wipe off that sweat. 2, 1, mountain climbers for 20 seconds. Go as fast as you possibly can here, okay?
Make sure you keep that core tight, you guys. Keep that core tight through this move.
Good job, guys. 5 more seconds. Keep quick movements. 2, 1, and rest.
Woo.
Woo, my heart rate's
Nice
starting to get
job.
up. Yours should be too. If you're not starting to breathe hard, bump it up a level. 2, 1, and go. Good job. You know, another thing we always talk about here at Dollar Workout Club is you can alternate. Like, say, the mountain climbers, you can do yellow, but you have bad knees, so you want to sit down on the rocket jumps. That's okay. The nice thing is that you can structure it based on your level. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, we're halfway through this Tabata.
All right.
Woo. 2
Nice
more
job,
sets
you
of mountain
guys.
climbers and 2 more sets of rocket jumps. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers for 20 seconds.
Keep
You're
up that pace, you guys. Fast feet. Really jump or step your feet back far. Okay, no small movements. Keep that core tight.
Good job, guys. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Your heart rate should be up. You should be breathing hard. That's the reason for this Tabata. We want your heart rate up before you start the strength training part. And rocket jumps. Go. 20 seconds. Be explosive. Remember, this is about the third quarter. This is when people naturally have a tendency to want to slow down. Don't. Challenge yourself to push just as hard as you did in that first set of 20 seconds of rocket jumps. We have only 5 more seconds. Go, go, go. Keep going. Don't give up. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, guys, this is our last set. Fourth quarter here.
Best set.
3, 2, 1, and last set of mountain climbers in this whole workout. Really challenge yourself to step as quickly as possible, have fast movements, breathe through the exercises. 10 seconds left. Come on, don't give up on yourself.
You guys, everything you got.
Do not give up on yourself here.
Move,
3,
move, move.
2, 1, and rest. right, we're gonna go into rocket jumps.
Remember a full minute rest, you guys, so
Yeah.
leave it all on there, okay? Give it your
2,
all.
1, and go.
Try to pick up this pace for this last round. Going a little bit quicker, jumping a little bit higher. Come on. Just got 10 more seconds and we get a full minute and 10-second rest.
Good job, guys. Push, push, push. Don't give up. Fast, fast, fast. 3, 2, 1, and awesome. Okay,
All right,
grab
we're
a drink
done.
of water.
Just kidding. We're not done. Just getting started.
Oh, we could be. That right there was a good workout. Whew, you guys, you should be out of breath.
Great way to start the workout.
Study after study have shown that short, intense, high interval training workouts, like a Tabata, like all of everything we do here at Dollar Workout Club, burn more calories in a short period of time than, say, going for a long, hour-long run. Brings your heart rate up and shows really good results.
Oh, man.
All right, you guys.
Nice job. Make sure
Good.
you get a drink of water. Hydrate yourself, you guys.
Nice deep breath.
Okay,
Slow that
guys,
heart rate
we have
down.
about 20 seconds, and then remember, we're going to go into those concentration curls. So what you want to do is sit down somewhere that's sturdy, get those weights ready. You want to choose a weight that's going to be heavy enough that you're going to really be struggling by the last few reps. Remember, we're doing single arm here. Ready, and go.
2 each arm.
Yep.
You guys will notice that I brought a set of dumbbells, but also a set of heavier soup cans. And this is because you really want to make this challenging for you, but if you get to the point where you're compromising on form, you're throwing that weight around, and you really just get too fatigued to quit, don't quit. Maybe have an extra set of weights that you can go down on for 1 or 2 of the rounds, and then you can always move back up in your weight. So just make this workout challenging for you. As you can see, we're all going to be going at different paces. Sometimes that can be discouraging if you're not on pace with the person you're following, but don't let it be. This is about you versus you. This is a great workout that you can do again in the future and see how you improved on your time.
Right. And now you're probably in the 8 or 10 rep range, somewhere around there. If you are not tired, if your arms are not feeling it at this point, then you do not have a heavy enough weight. So hit pause, go find something else around your house you can use that's heavier, and come back and join us.
Yeah, and especially as I get into this 8 and 10 reps, I'm really slowing down. If you need to break up your reps, if you're doing 4, and you take a quick break and then do 4 more, that's okay. It's okay to take small breaks, shake out those arms if you need to.
Remember doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Here we go.
Nice job. Keep focusing on form, really squeezing that bicep muscle.
You guys, the reason that we've been doing ascending reps all week is because a lot of times if you focus on single arm movements, then it helps work those mobility and stability muscles that sometimes you don't get a chance to use when you're using both arms and you're capitalizing on momentum. It forces you to lose the momentum and to just focus on the movement. All right, single arm bent over rows. Remember, on this movement, it's really important to keep your back completely flat. I try to imagine like a plank or a board. You want to have a slight bend in your knee.
Oh, nice
And then you really want to focus on using your back muscle to lift that weight up. It'd be easy to kind of focus on just using your bicep muscle, but you really want to focus on using this part of your back to lift that elbow back towards you. Sometimes I like to think of, pretending like I'm squeezing something in between my shoulder blades.
Here we go. Reverse bicep curls.
Sometimes
Good
I lose
quality
track
reps here.
when I'm talking, so I'm sorry, Green, if you're following along with me. I think I might have just done 6 3 times.
Remember to really squeeze that in between that shoulder blade on the way up. You want to make sure you're getting the most benefit out of every rep.
Now, sometimes just bending over for this long can be hard, so if you
Yeah.
need to stand up for a second, shake your legs, twist your back a little bit, that's all right.
Just keep that back straight the whole time.
Remember, you want to keep your elbow as close to your core as possible as you're raising that weight up. That will help target your back muscle and not your shoulder and not your bicep as you're lifting that weight up.
Nice job, you guys. Quality form. Remember, quality over quantity.
Reverse bicep curls. Sometimes when I go from bending over to standing up, I get a little lightheaded. So if you do too, just take a second, breathe it out, and then get going. Like Lynn said earlier, if you're going at a different pace than we are, that is A-okay. You do not have to follow along at the same pace as us. I know sometimes it can be encouraging and motivating to have somebody to follow along with. But if you're faster than us, that's awesome. If you're slower than us, that's awesome too. The key here is that you're challenging yourself.
Make sure you're squeezing that bicep at the top, you guys. Remember, every rep counts. Quality over quantity. You should be tired and winded simply by doing these moves and going at a fast pace. Okay, if you don't feel like this is difficult, you definitely need to push pause and choose a heavier weight for yourself. You want it so that as you get to the end of these rep schemes, it really should be challenging for you to complete all the final reps. You may even have to take a rest here and there and shake out those arms.
Now at the green level, this may get hard for you to do with the weight. And if it starts to feel really hard with your weight, you can actually just drop the weight and just do the movement just with your body weight alone. Good job, guys.
Nice job. I know you're tired. I am too. Even if you have to go a little bit slower, just try to stay consistent.
Good job, Team
guys.
Red. If you're already done, if you stayed on pace with me, that's awesome. That's totally cool. Feel free to fast forward to the cool down if you want to, or you can stick around and watch us finish our workout.
Yeah, you guys, these kind of workouts
Either
are
way.
really important because we're focusing on building lean muscle mass.
Oh, yeah.
And having lean muscle mass is really true. Drew wants another
Sorry.
excuse to flex.
No, the blood is just engorged.
Yeah.
That's the
But
word for it.
you know, Lynn talks a lot about this, how more calories are burned when you have lean muscle mass as opposed to fat. And so the more lean muscle mass we can build in our workouts, the more calories you're going to be able to eat during the day, because the more calories you're going to burn during the day. So hello, we're telling you can eat more if you build muscle. That's good.
That's wonderful. My favorite part.
So sometimes you might think, oh, I'm not sweating as much in this workout as I was in a different workout, but that's okay because we're focusing on developing that lean muscle mass. All of our workouts are written very, very strategically. I promise you guys, we are trying to help you have the best long-term results possible. Oh, I just got done. If you guys are still going, that's awesome. Even if you're only halfway done with the workout, that is awesome. All right?
Everything
Don't get
is
discouraged. Yeah. Everything is awesome. We have kids. Can you tell?
Yeah, Lego
That's
movie.
a Lego
so
movie,
cool.
yeah.
Favorite movie. Just kidding.
Good job, guys. Good job, Lynn. See how Lynn has perfect form, even though she's nearing the end of her workout. Her back is still perfectly flat. She's still using her back to lift the weight up. She's doing an awesome job. Awesome. There's awesome again.
Everything is just so awesome.
Do I say awesome a lot? I
You
don't know.
did.
Or how
This
about
is awesome.
you guys take
That's
a drink of
awesome.
water every time I say
Water's
awesome.
awesome.
Awesome job.
Oh,
Good job, you guys. If you're still going, push pause. That's totally fine. You finish. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It's you versus you. Push pause and finish it.
All right, guys, we're going to start going into our warm-up here. So we're going to get down on the ground.
Cool down.
Or cool down, sorry. And do what we call a child's pose. So what you're going to do, just like Drew's showing you there, you're going to get on your knees, put your arms in front of you with your palms flat on the ground, and you're going to put your neck into a completely neutral position and lift, kind of push your back towards your heels while you stretch out your back.
Yep. Push those arms forward as much as possible as your weight in your hips and your butt sinks back. Try and keep those arms so it's pulling the middle of your body right here where your lats are. You should feel them kind of separate and stretch right there. As you sit back further and stretch those arms out away from your body as much as possible.
All right, let's slowly roll out of that position. We're going to go into a hip flexor stretch. So what you're going to do is roll up. You're going to get on one knee with one knee directly in front of you, and you're going to kind of push forward on that knee that's up. At the same time, you're going to sit back, so that way you're going to feel a really deep stretch here in your hip flexor. And it's really important. You kind of have to force yourself to get a little bit uncomfortable here, because if you just sit here like this, you're not going to feel a stretch. You really have to lean back and push forward at the same time. This is one of my favorite exercises, especially if you're sitting at a desk all day long or you're in a car quite a bit. A lot of people have hip flexor issues, and this is a really good stretch. I know Lynn and I, let's switch legs. Lynn and I have talked before that in the past we've each individually had IT band issues, which is right on the side of your knee. And both times, both of our physical therapists actually said that it was a tightness in our hip flexor, and that once we increased the mobility and flexibility in our hip flexor, that IT pain went away.
yep. Stretches all the way down to that IT band.
Good job, guys. All right, you're gonna stay on your knees and we're gonna do a bicep stretch. So what you're gonna do is just pull your fingers towards your body with one hand, so that way you're getting a really good stretch here in your bicep. Again, good stretching is when you get to the point where it's just slightly uncomfortable. So if you're just sitting here like this, you're not gonna have a good stretch. You really gotta focus on pushing your fingers back and pulling it in towards your body.
Ooh, man, I'm
job,
feeling that
guys.
workout. That was a good one.
Yeah, next, switch sides. This makes me feel like double jointed or something when you can pull your fingers back like that.
You definitely want to straighten that arm out as much as possible to get a maximum stretch in that bicep. If you're sitting here like this, you won't feel it as much. You really have to pull that arm and straighten it out.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go into what's called a dead man's pose. This is my favorite stretch. What you're gonna do is lie completely flat on the ground like you're a dead
nap.
man
See you in
or
30
woman.
minutes.
Yep, and you just lay here and basically you just let your body completely relax into the ground. You let your body cool down and just relax after that tough workout. And a lot of times I try to just mentally put myself into a positive place and just thank my body, be grateful that I have a healthy body that could finish today's workout. Focus on the day ahead.
Yep. This should be called dead. It's either dead man or dead woman's pose. We don't want to.
We're not sexist
Yeah,
at
we're
Dollar
not
Workout
sexist.
Club. Oops, sorry. Oh, okay, I could stay here all day, but we're gonna roll out of that position.
All right, wake up. Let's get a little nap.
Oh, you guys are so awesome. I just hope you guys know that we genuinely mean it when we say we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We couldn't do what we do without each of you, and we love you. And so we hope that you'll sign back in tomorrow, and we'll see you later.
See you
ya.
guys.
All right, you guys, we're answering your questions right now. We have an awesome question from Aubrey. What's up, Aubrey? This is a good one. She asks, how often do you have cheat meals? What's your favorite cheat meal, and how do you incorporate them into your lifestyle? So, my favorite cheat meal, or treat meal, whatever you want to call it, probably pizza, tacos. I like pumpkin pie. No, I'm just kidding. I could go on forever. It's making me hungry. But honestly, here's what I like to do. I try and schedule my cheat meals in advance rather than just spontaneously treating myself whenever I have the urge. And I try and incorporate them into my lifestyle that way. For me, if I'm maintaining and I'm not really trying to hit a goal, I can get away with 2 to 3 cheat meals per week. But if I'm trying to be strict, I'll kind of limit myself to once a month.
Yeah, and it's important to remember that, I mean, if you're having a treat meal every single day along with your normal calorie allotment, it's not really a treat anymore. And so, you know, we all
Is that?
we all promote balance and moderation, but if you are struggling hitting your weight loss goals, then you kind of have to take a serious look at what you're eating and say, okay, we have to make some changes here. My personal favorite is probably pizza and beer. Or Buffalo Wild Wings. Those are probably
Country
mine
girl.
too. Yeah, I know. I am a
Girl
country
here.
girl over here. But it doesn't hurt that, you know, I just won a year's supply of free pizza and beer at my favorite pizzeria. But and yeah, basically I'll just go out maybe once a week and I'll make it a fun event. So it's not just me going out by myself eating pizza and beer, you know, it'll be an experience for me. And for me, what really helped too is taking away the guilt associated with a treat meal, because I gave myself permission to have that meal. Then the next day I didn't feel bad about it, I didn't feel guilty. I just continued right back into my normal healthy habits. And for me, that helped me from that slippery slope of, oh, I'm gonna have a cheat meal and oh, I ate all this awful food and now I suck and I might as well just start again on Monday. You know, removing the guilt helped a lot.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing, because you all know that I'm foodies, and I probably out of everybody here have the most treat meals, is that removing the guilt is essential. A lot of times if you eat something and you're not even enjoying it because you're feeling bad, you actually tend to overeat, you tend to emotionally eat. So when you remove that, I can actually have, I know it sounds crazy, but I can actually eat half a donut and then be like, I don't want any more of the donut, or eat more later, or I just won't eat it. Versus before, when I had a lot of the shame or the guilt, or I was so strict with myself, I would feel like I could eat 5 donuts and not be satiated. So I feel like a lot of it has to do with the emotional aspect of it, like not telling yourself it has to be all or nothing, letting yourself know that if you're gonna have a social event with friends, then maybe that's a good time, like Drew said, kind of planning in advance. If you know that you're going out with 2 different friends this weekend, then just tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna focus on healthy habits during the week, but when I go out with my friends, I'm gonna eat what I want and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Obviously my favorite, donuts. We already know this. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a donut lover. I like all chocolate and all dessert, but donuts are my favorite. So I would just say definitely focus on, maybe setting different times of the week aside that if you're going to be going out with friends or there's a holiday, you already know you're going to be eating unhealthier food. So kind of like save that and then enjoy it. Like Natalie said, if I ate donuts every day, though I might still love it, it's not going to really seem like a treat, and I probably actually would get sick of them at some point. So instead, having them maybe like once a week is great for me. So hopefully those tips help Aubrey, and we will see you guys later. Hey you guys, thank you so much for being a part of Dollar Workout Club. We love having you guys as a member, and we love seeing the photos that you've been tagging us in. If you haven't tagged us in some photos yet, here are the hashtag below. So if you try the recipe of the day, or if you want to comment how your fitness workout went today, make sure to leave it in the comment section. You guys, we check those, okay? We check those every day. We love responding to you guys. We're having so much fun with you being a part of the club. Make sure to follow us on all the social media outlets, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.